What was here before humans? Not cities, not languages, not history as we know it. If you go back far enough in time, you reach a version of Earth that would feel completely unrecognizable, almost alien. No voices, no movement you would understand, no signs of intelligence as we define it. Just a planet going through violent changes, shaping itself long before anything like us even existed. And the deeper you go into that past, the more unsettling the truth becomes, because humans are not the center of Earth's story. We are a very late chapter. Around 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was born out of dust and gas, orbiting a young sun. But this wasn't a peaceful beginning. The early Earth was a molten, unstable world, constantly bombarded by massive asteroids. The surface was covered in lava oceans. The atmosphere was thick and toxic, filled with gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and ammonia. There was no oxygen, no breathable air, no stable ground as we know it. Even the sky wouldn't look familiar. It would appear dark, heavy, and chaotic. This was not a world where life could exist. It was a world still being built through destruction. Over millions of years, the planet began to cool. The constant volcanic activity released water vapor into the atmosphere, and eventually, that vapor condensed into rain. But this wasn't normal rain. It likely fell continuously for thousands of years, slowly filling the low areas of the planet and forming the first oceans. These oceans became the stage for something that would completely change Earth forever. Somewhere in those early waters, simple life began to form. We don't know exactly how, and that uncertainty itself is one of the biggest mysteries in science. Around 3.5 to 4 billion years ago, microscopic organisms appeared, single-celled life forms that had no awareness, no intelligence, but were capable of survival and replication. At first, life was simple and limited, but over time, some of these organisms developed the ability to use sunlight as energy through a process called photosynthesis. As a byproduct, they released oxygen into the atmosphere. This seems normal to us now, but back then, oxygen was toxic to most existing life. This led to what scientists call the Great Oxygenation event around 2.4 billion years ago, a period where massive numbers of early organisms died off because they could not survive in an oxygen-rich environment. But this destruction paved the way for something new. Oxygen allowed more complex life forms to develop, setting the stage for evolution to accelerate. As millions of years passed, life didn't just survive, it diversified. Simple cells evolved into more complex ones, and eventually into multicellular organisms. Then, around 541 million years ago, something extraordinary happened: the Cambrian explosion. In a relatively short geological period, life forms became incredibly diverse and complex. Creatures developed eyes, limbs, shells, and new body structures. The oceans were filled with strange, unfamiliar organisms, many of which look almost alien compared to life today. But still, everything existed underwater. Land remained empty and lifeless. Eventually, life made its way onto land. Plants appeared first, slowly covering the surface and transforming the atmosphere even further. Then came insects, followed by amphibians, and later reptiles. Over time, these reptiles evolved into the dominant species of their era, the dinosaurs. For over 160 million years, dinosaurs ruled the planet. That's a number most people don't fully grasp. Humans have existed for roughly 300,000 years, which means dinosaurs dominated Earth for a period more than 500 times longer than humans have even existed. Entire ecosystems, food chains, and environmental systems developed and thrived without any human presence. But Earth has a pattern. Nothing lasts forever. Around 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck Earth near what is now the Yucatan Peninsula. This event, known as the Chicxulub impact, released an unimaginable amount of energy, equivalent to billions of nuclear bombs. The impact triggered wildfires, earthquakes, and a massive cloud of debris that blocked sunlight for months or even years. Temperatures dropped, plants died, and entire food chains collapsed. Around 75% of all species on Earth went extinct, including the dinosaurs. Once again, Earth reset itself. After this extinction event, mammals, small, previously insignificant creatures, began to rise. With dinosaurs gone, new opportunities opened. Over millions of years, these mammals evolved into more complex forms. Among them were primates and eventually early human ancestors. And then, after billions of years of planetary evolution, humans finally appeared. Not at the beginning, not in the middle, but at the very end of a long, chaotic process. Now here's where things take a different turn. When people look at this timeline, they often ask a dangerous question. What if something existed before us that we don't fully understand? What if there were civilizations or intelligent life forms that came and disappeared long before recorded history? Some point to ancient structures like Göbekli Tepe, which dates back over 11,000 years, suggesting that humans may have been more organized and advanced earlier than we once believed. Others take it further, suggesting the possibility of lost civilizations wiped out by catastrophic events. But here's the problem. There is no solid scientific evidence supporting the existence of advanced civilizations before known human history. Earth's geological layers preserve records extremely well. If advanced civilizations had existed millions of years ago, we would find clear traces. Materials like processed metals, plastics, or unnatural chemical signatures. So far, we haven't. What we have are gaps in knowledge, and humans naturally try to fill those gaps with speculation. Another idea that often comes up is that life itself may not have started on Earth. This theory, known as panspermia, suggests that life, or the building blocks of life, may have come from space, carried by meteorites. Scientists have found organic molecules in space, which makes this idea interesting, but not proven. Even if it were true, it doesn't answer the full question. It just moves the origin of life somewhere else in the universe. There's also a more extreme theory that Earth goes through cycles of advanced life, where civilizations rise and fall, leaving almost no trace behind. It sounds compelling, but again, it doesn't hold up under scientific scrutiny. Advanced societies leave long-lasting impacts on the environment, and we don't see those signs in ancient geological records. So when we strip away the speculation and focus on what we actually know, the reality is still incredible. Before humans, Earth was not empty. It was alive, constantly changing, constantly evolving. Entire worlds existed and disappeared long before we arrived. Oceans filled with strange creatures, forests dominated by massive reptiles, skies controlled by flying predators. None of it needed humans to exist. And here's the part most people don't think about. Earth doesn't need us. It existed for billions of years without humans, and it will continue to exist long after us. If humans disappeared tomorrow, life would eventually adapt again. New species would evolve, new ecosystems would form, and millions of years from now, something else could exist, looking at the world and asking the same question we're asking now. What was here before us?